What's going on, everybody? I'm going to be doing a tarot reading today for the Twin Flame Collective. This is going to be a weekly update for the week, which would start tomorrow, which is Monday, August 19th. Okay, I checked the calendar, so I'm absolutely sure that that's the date. And, it'll be for until the end of that week, whatever day that is. I don't care or know. And it'll be a Sunday, though. And so, this is just a weekly thing, just to get an insight into where they're at. So we're going to be looking at the Divine Masculine's energy, looking at the Divine Feminine's energy, looking at the heart space and the mind space for both couples, or both people in the couple, whatever. I didn't say that sentence correctly. And then I am going to, of course, be looking at the outcome of the situation, right? So this is just a general type of reading for the Divine Masculine and Feminine. All right, and hopefully this will give you guys some insight and some much needed guidance in your situations. Now, obviously, it is general, so if you wanted a personal reading, you'd have to do that. But hopefully this will resonate and you guys will like it. All right, cool. All right, guys, let me get started and just start reading the Divine Masculine energy. All right, without further ado. All right. Dear Spirit, tell me what's going on with the Divine Masculines at this time, energetically. What's going on with them right now? What's going on with the Divine Masculines at this time? Let's see here, what I can get going on. So, dear Spirit, what is the Divine Masculine energy at this time? Divine Masculine energy at this time. Alright. Okay, there we go. So, I got the Hangman, but I did get it in reverse. So, the Hangman in reverse would indicate stagnation, refusing to take steps forward at the point where the Hangman upright would indicate more of an element of patience rather than waiting around for nothing. Now, a lot of you Divine Feminines might have been feeling the reversed Hangman in this divine partnership throughout at some point, right? Waiting for something that's never happening. And this is kind of like that energy, right? Because they're Hangman reverse, and so basically, they're not really. And energetically, it's like they're stuck. There's the feeling of being suspended, rather than really waiting for anything to happen, or not taking the necessary moves. They're not really waiting. It's like you're waiting in vain. So the Divine Masculines are feeling very stuck at this time. This, it does indicate some type of blockages, right? Essentially, I feel like they would be, the way that they're feeling is the way that I felt last night after I binge ate like half the menu off of Cane's chicken. All the chicken, I put it into my body, and very gross and very stuck and very blockagey, which isn't a word, but you get the point. The idea is that's how they're feeling as well, right? Energetically, there's these types of stagnation, these blockages running through their energy at this time, which is forcing them to kind of stand still, rather than making any real sacrifice or waiting. You know what I mean? It's like they're choosing not to make the sacrifice, which could, in this case, just be coming forward, right? But we're going to keep going. Obviously, we're not going to end it there, so we'll see what else their energy says. What else can you tell me about their energy during this upcoming week? Dear Spirit, Divine Masculine energy. I doubt it will last, though. Never does. Let's see here what other card I got going on here. Yeah, well, this is funny that I said that about refusing to make the sacrifice, because we did get the Four of Pentacles, which is an indicator of holding on a little bit too tightly, holding on tightly to situations, to money, to things, materials, okay? The idea here would be that the Divine Masculines are clinging tightly to old belief systems, old people, things that don't serve them at this time, and they're having a hard time letting go of it, right? They're not making that sacrifice, okay? And so it kind of has that element of being a little bit greedy, or at least, if not greedy, then let's say, well, I don't know what to say actually, so fuck that. But they're just, if not greedy, then they're they're just a little bit misery, I guess, just cheap, I guess. And if not financially, in this sense, energetically, it would be they're going through this transitional phase energetically where they're having a hard time really going with the flow of this energy now. Do you know what I mean? And so they're holding on very tightly to things. What else can you tell me about Divine Masculine's energy at this time? Dear Spirit. Yeah. So, you have the Emperor card, which is a Divine Masculine energy, in my opinion. It is definitely an indicator of being in the Divine Masculine energy in the role, but also that they're in control of their emotions at this time, or they're going to feel more in control, and more that they're in control of their emotions, in control of their life, and being in an Emperor energy, which would indicate really having this type of empire before them in which they can really truly build with, which to the Divine Masculine, this energy would be very, very good for them, and in the sense that, a lot of the reasons that they have been stagnant or trapped or holding on to situations is usually, and I've done this in the last readings, because of some type of manipulation, karmic situations, whatever the Divine Masculine, right? They don't have this a deeper awareness, and so they're trapped in situations, right? But having the Emperor card indicates that those feelings of being trapped, the reliance on other people, is actually going to go away, and so they're actually going to become quite empowered, right? The Emperor empowered. I always think of the Emperor as someone that is very empowered, right? It would be very hard to be an Emperor and lack confidence. So they are going to have this new confidence coming in, okay, over this next week. This new energy available to them, so which I feel like is going to put an end to the stagnation. What else can you tell me about Divine Masculine's energy over this next week? Yeah, so then you have the Three of Swords, which indicates pain, betrayal, heartache, heartbreak, all the stuff in your heart, all the pain. So definitely I can feel that they're going to be gaining control over their pain, okay, because the Emperor is someone who gains control or has control over their emotions. So I feel like that whatever pain they're feeling in their life, they are going to be gaining a hold of it, though it also indicates that they might go through a bit of pain themselves this week, a little bit of heartache, and this could be in regards to the Divine Feminine or just in their own life. And then you have, of course, the Five of Wands, okay, which is about competition, okay, debates, arguments, all right. This just might be them thinking about a lot of the stuff that's happened between you guys, but as an energy, it's going to be a very competitive time for them this week. I feel like they're going to be having a lot of arguments, a lot of stuff is going to be happening with them. They might be in a more aggressive energy this coming week. They might be, let's say, having arguments with somebody that they're involved with, okay? Whether or not that's a person, or romantic, I mean, or a family member. I doubt they're arguing with their dog, so it's going to be someone that's a human. What else can I get energetically? What else can you tell me over this next week for the Divine Masculine? Alright, so that's a good card to get. Four of Wands, which is Twin Flame card, okay? So this is about marriage, success, happiness, really about coming together and expressing love and feeling that joy again, and really a great indicator for things coming to fruition. The Four of Wands is the divine couple, of course, so things really working out for the highest good. So as an energy, it's almost like saying that the twin flame union that they've actually been refusing to accept is actually going to start, let's say it's going to start appearing in their mind a little bit more, right? It's basically just, opportunities and more confidence and sharing your light with others, that type of thing. It's just a time to celebrate, right? So energetically, I can tell you that whatever's going on at the beginning of the week, they're in that stagnant energy, which they would be in right now, holding on to situations that are a little bit too, not for them type of thing. And then they're going to be in this Emperor energy where they finally gain control of what they need, okay, of possibly their own independence, okay, their own confidence, regaining something important to them, okay. Now this might be getting over heartbreak and betrayal in their own life, okay, that might happen to them, but ultimately there is going to be energetically a point where they reach where they're actually in their twin flame energy, where they're actually more aware of this connection, and they're actually going to celebrate a little bit about this connection. And they also could be having arguments about their twin flame to other people defending it, right? Or feel that there's a competition with their twin flame. And there might be, because a lot of divine feminines are, at least at this point, having moved on, whether or not willingly, unwillingly, or I don't. It's all willingly, but what I mean is that divine feminines might have, taken a job somewhere else. In which case, that's that. A lot of divine feminines are just personally moving on, emotionally. I mean, of course. So they could feel the competition and the pull, but ultimately, what I get heavily from this little spread right here is that they are going to be in this energy of really looking at this twin flame connection again, okay? Because I feel like whatever's going on in Divine Masculine's life right now, things are falling apart, and they're actually going to be unable to hold on to it anymore. And there's going to be some type of heartache, some type of betrayal and pain that they're going to be going through, a lot of arguments and stuff like that, and ultimately, the road is going to be leading back to the twin flame relationship. Okay, because Divine Masculines have to go through this shit in order to really understand who their twin flame is. Okay? And Divine Feminines have to go through their own little separate thing, but it's all mirrored energy anyway. So that's the Divine Masculine energy. That's what's going on with them. So that's that, I guess. Move those up here for now. Okay, cool. Alright, let's get a look at the Divine Feminine energy. See what's going on with you guys, with us guys, us gals and girls, gals and girls. I'm not a girl. I shouldn't have said that. Damn. Very tired. Okay. Let's keep going. Enough fucking up sentences. Let's keep going. What can you tell me about the Divine Feminine energy? Cool. This is the 9 of Cups. This is a dragon heading towards the light. It doesn't mean that he's dying. It means that he is being indulgent in his own emotions. Okay, 9 of Cups is a wish fulfillment type of thing. Having this as an energy would really indicate that at this time, energetically, Divine Feminines are really getting into a place of self-love. Okay? Overindulgence. Again, I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I had a bunch of chicken fingers last night, and I shoved them. It's just so good. It's so good, those chicken fingers. But they're terrible for me, and anything fried is disgusting for my body. It tastes like crack, but I don't know if you guys have ever had Cane's chicken before, but they have a sauce, and I've done cocaine before, so I think with absolute confidence I can tell you that there's cocaine in their sauce, because it's just so fucking good. I would lather it all over my naked body if I could, and was also insane, because it is that good. But it's that indulgence, right? So you guys might be at this time, let's say, binging a little bit, okay? And not just with food, okay? It doesn't have to be with cocaine chicken sauce. It could be with Netflix. I've also been binging with Netflix, or not Netflix, Hulu. But the idea is there might be some things in your life, not everybody, of course, where you're just going through some motions where you feel like you're just trying to show you're trying to indulge in something, okay? For a lot of others, it's also self-love, because when you do indulge in things, there is an energy behind that shows you kind of what's in your face a little bit, right? So for me, doing the binging with the food has really been a huge eye-opener to me, because I realized that that shit can't fly, because I've literally let go of so many things in my life, especially recently, and I understand that I need to there's just this diet thing that sometimes pops itself back up, throws itself in my face, and is basically like, stop being such a pig. And then I look at it and I'm like, I do need to stop being such a pig, because binge eating is something that I struggled with most of my life. And now it just crops up, usually every full moon, in order to show me, right? So you guys definitely in that energy right now. It doesn't have to be binging again, but it is self-love. So you guys, of course, there's an energy right now coming to you guys where you're going to be stopping any kind of bad behavior, okay? Bad habits, right? You guys are going to be more inclined to be with your own love, okay? What else can you tell me, Spirit? Yeah, so after this you have the Sun card, okay, which is great to get. It's a great card. It's innocence, joy, happiness, right? The beginning of something good, good news. Anytime you get the Sun card, that's something excellent coming in, okay? So whatever's happening to a lot of Divine Feminines this week, something good is actually, and energetically you might be feeling lighthearted, okay? You might be feeling a little bit more free, a little bit more happy, because the more that you show yourself love, the more that you have that feeling, right? And a lot of Divine Feminines right now, just intuitively, are very much going through a storm, so to speak, right? And what happens during the storm is that, is that you're in it, and it sucks to be in. But ultimately, you Divine Feminines realize that success is very close, okay? And whatever that means for you guys. And you could have already entered into that successful period, which I think all of us have. We just might not be seeing it in the 3D. But that energy is coming in, okay, with the Nine of Cups and the Sun. Very much, this is going to be a very positive week for Divine Feminines, okay, where you guys experience more feelings of childlike joy. Okay, it could just be something as simple as laughing more, okay, just being able to be a little bit more free in their thoughts and expression of self, okay? Again, new things beginning. Because, look at this. After this, you have the King of Cups, which is about an energy of very much being in tune with your emotions and what you want, being intuitive, okay? Having a real offer to make. The King of Cups definitely knows what he wants, okay? Again, it's not, you don't have to worry about the masculine aspect of this card, because I know most of you watching don't have a penis. So just keep in mind that it's an energy thing, okay? And notice that it's underneath the Emperor card, right? These two types of king-like energies, the Emperor, the King of Cups. So, again, you could, energetically, it's going to be a time in which you might be more in touch with your emotions, all right? Now, this could mean crying, of course, but ultimately what it's going to lead to is being very understanding of your own process, okay? Because I do get this sense that a lot of Divine Feminines are going to be expressing their emotions a little bit more freely, okay? Especially after having that Sun card, okay? I just believe very intuitively that as the Divine Masculines experience some type of heartache and heartbreak as their world kind of falls apart a little bit in order for the new to begin, right? That the Divine Feminines are mirroring, right? Which would be the opposite, and the Divine Feminines who have gone through a lot of this energy, and I always like to think of the Divine Feminines as like one step ahead, right? One level ahead. They're now entering into this period where they're going to be more free to self-love, more free to express their emotions, more free to love unconditionally, both of themselves and others, and that energy is really going to lead them to a better place, right? So we'll keep going. What else can you tell me about Divine Feminine's energy? But it could be an emotional time. Keep that in mind as well, guys. But look at this. You have the Ace of Swords, okay? And it's no coincidence that's coming out underneath the Divine Masculine's Three of Swords, both sword energy, right? Ace of Swords is about epiphanies, clarity, new ways of thinking, new beginnings. The Ace of Swords would indicate, again, that type of epiphany energy, but it would be a new perspective, a new way of thinking, which ultimately changes the entire world that you live in, because the world really is just a reflection of you, right? Because once you die, not to get too dark, the world, from your perspective, would cease to exist. But somebody else's perspective is still, experiencing the world for whatever way that they're experiencing it to them, right? So, whatever you've been going through emotionally, mentally, okay, next week there's going to be a time where, or a place or a moment where you might have an epiphany. It doesn't have to be huge, in which you realize that your dad's secretly a lesbian, but more that it's actually about having an opportunity inside of yourself to really understand the situation between you and your Divine Masculine, okay? Whether or not you come to the realization that you truly don't need them and you can move forward happily, or that you truly do love them, but or you accept where you are, or you just have a new perspective, whatever it is. Again, it's Nine of Cups, Sun, King of Cups, Ace of Swords, okay? So for the Divine Feminines, it's very, very positive this week, okay? Because again, Divine Masculines are being basically forced to get rid of things in their life, okay, that don't serve them, and the universe is putting them through that. And the universe is putting you guys through your own little cycle going on here, okay? Because you guys are going to be rewarded for your hard work. Okay, so there's going to be some new perspective. What else can you tell me about Divine Feminine energy? And also keep in mind that you guys might be experiencing the same type of energy that the Divine Masculines are experiencing a little bit, because remember, you guys do share the same energetic field, so you do sometimes feel their emotions and their things that they're going through. And of course, things happen in life, but energetic-wise, this is going to be very positive for you guys. Yeah. And then you have the Four of Cups, okay? They're arguing, or whatever's going on in their life. They're fighting with karmics, they're fighting with family, fighting with themselves. You guys right now might be a little bit more distant towards the relationship, very detached, generally speaking. And if you're not in that energy, you will be, or you might even want to be in that energy, right? You might realize that what would be really nice is to be more attached and not have to feel so much pain. So you might just be putting it on the back burner a little bit, the relationship and your feelings, because it does exist. The cup is lit with the emotional energy there. The dragon's just taking a nap. Okay, it's resting a little bit, not really focusing on it. Okay. Now this epiphany that you guys will have, this new way of thinking, might actually cause you guys to detach and figure out what it is that you really want. Do you understand? Like, you guys might have an epiphany which causes you guys a great realization, and where you really start to look at the relationship and see where and how close you are with it. Right, and that's going to be different for everybody. But again, if your Divine Masculine is in a karmic partnership, you might really have this epiphany and understand that you can just completely let go, because it's not serving you at this time, right? The twin flame relationship isn't serving you at this time, and it's always serving your highest good, but that will never necessarily mean that it's serving you in the physical, because that's not how it works, right? The relationship isn't a type of soulmate-y thing, right? It's a powerful alchemy, right? It transforms you at your very core. But ultimately, because it transforms you, it does have a heavy element on self-love. And so you guys might have this epiphany where you guys realize that the most important thing you can do right now is to detach and focus on your own well-being. And keep the unconditional love, which you'll always have, of course, but understand that right now this might be a time for something else, okay? And so you need to figure out what it is that you truly want, okay? Whatever epiphany you guys have, it is going to put you in a type of energy where you really have to go inside of your heart and figure out, do you really want this right now? Is this the best thing for you? Okay, it's an adult decision, right? An adult type of way of really looking at the relationship. So let me get one more card for your energy. I wonder if I explained things too much. We're fucking 23 minutes in for the first two parts of this reading. Christ almighty. Alright. Yeah, so you have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is a very confident woman. Somebody who's a little bit brash, okay? Might be a little bit bitchy, alright? It's just a woman, an energy of very much being completely confident in what she wants and not afraid to say it, right? That business-like woman, right? The one with the pantsuits, okay? The uptight girl, alright? That type of energy, it's not negative at all. It's just, it could be perceived to be cold a little bit, right? Because the Queen of Swords is kind of a cold woman because she cuts. She cuts deep, and she makes her decisions, and she makes them quickly, and she doesn't fuck around. It's that independent type of energy. It also indicates single mother type of thing, because a single mother, everything for their kid. Doesn't matter. The bullshit's cut away. It's just about cutting away the bullshit, really. I do get that strong feeling, okay? Because you're going with the Four of Cups, Divine Feminine is really figuring out what it is that they want, and then being in this energy where you're not really afraid to actually go for it anymore, okay? Which is ultimately very good, because you have the King of Cups energy for being really in touch with your emotions and the epiphany, and then really figuring out what it is that you want, because you have all this new energy, and then being not being afraid to really go get it, right? So Divine Feminines is really an empowering week for you guys, okay? You guys might be getting over some old belief systems and old cycles and really starting something new this week. And again, Divine Masculines is really things are ending for them a lot, and because it's ending, it's really going to force them to really grow a little bit. But again, I do get an element that a lot of divine masculines during this next week are actually going to be experiencing quite a bit of pain and heartache and arguments and stuff. So maybe look out for that. Look out for them if you want to send them some type of love and light. Probably help them out. But ultimately, by the end of the week for them, they do have this Four of Wands energy. So it is like, because you have the Queen of Swords with the Divine Feminine, so which is about really getting what she wants and not being afraid to say anything. So at the end of the week, energetically, you guys are more on the same page, at least with where the relationship might stand, or at least the Divine Masculines with that Four of Wands really has this indication that by the time this type of energy for them ends, they're really going to be starting to understand and look at their twin flame relationship a lot more, and they're going to be more, let's say, closer to you, okay? Because as each day passes, they do get closer to you, okay? Energetically, then physically, and then so on, and then the next thing you know, you guys are having sex on a waterbed, all right? So that's the idea. So keep that in mind, guys. So I'm going to put these cards up here. And now I'm going to start getting into the mind space, mental space, head space. Any one of those will work for the Divine Masculine, okay? So, dear Spirit, what is the head space for the masculines at this time? What are they thinking about this relationship, about their divine other? What's going on? What's going on with their mental space? Get 3 or 4 cards for them. What's going on in their head space? So you do have the Knight of Pentacles. It's about offering prosperity. You might be thinking about making an offer in the 3D. Again, they probably think about it quite a lot in the same way that I think about getting braces, but fucking can't because I don't have the money. So it doesn't really matter ultimately, right? But having the thoughts is actually very good. I'm just making a joke because it does indicate a type of the beginning of some type of manifestation. It's better to be thinking about it than not at all, right? So at least they're having thoughts of making some type of offer in the 3D because this does indicate prosperity, a bit of abundance, okay? A real physical solid offer. I mean, this guy's got his pentacle close to his heart and he looks pretty sincere. All right, for a Channing Tatum lookalike, he looks pretty sincere with this dumbass donkey in the background. All right, so, sorry, I just had to roast that guy real quick. All right, so let's keep going. What else are they thinking about? Definitely they're also thinking about, how to improve their own prosperity at this time, okay? Keep that in mind as well. But they're all thinking about the connection, definitely thinking about how to make an offer, thinking about an offer, thinking what they would offer. How could they possibly ever offer something to somebody who they hurt so deeply? Because they will get to that point where they realize that. I hope you guys know that. It might be hard to think, but that will happen. After you have the Wheel of Fortune, okay? Which is literally destiny. Literally all about things happening for a reason, the divine timing, okay? The new cycle beginning. So literally they're looking and thinking about how do they make a new beginning? How do they create a new cycle for their couple, for this divine couple? How do they offer something? How do they change the wheel, right? Because the Wheel of Fortune is brings good luck. If there's a period of badness, bad luck, okay, then ultimately the Wheel of Fortune would indicate that things are about to change. It's about to turn in your guys' favor. So really trying to figure out how to change things. Okay, the Divine Masculine really thinking about this right now. How do I change the past? How do I start a new cycle? How do I offer this? Because it's actually really hard for them. Okay, keep that in mind. Because look, yeah, holy shit. Okay, this is 6 of Cups. So 6 of Cups is about reconciliation with somebody from the past. Okay, past friend, past partner. It's about a love coming back, childhood, adolescence. Okay. What is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Melancholy, nostalgia, that kind of energy. Okay, where they're basically looking at something and wondering, how do I make this offer? This dragon here is making this offer to this hobbit right here, and again, don't know why the artist chose this particular drawing. I feel like he was beaten as a child. Has a very weird sexual obsession with dragons. Not too sure, but ultimately it does have the same meaning. Something coming back. Okay, so they are thinking about how to make this relationship work, how to make an offer about this relationship, how to offer their emotions, how to change the fate. Really, how to make things work, how to reignite that flame, how they can do it. I think a lot of them realize that words aren't really going to work, which is why Divine Feminines, expect the unexpected type of thing, because words wouldn't work. Ultimately, I mean, what do words even mean? It's actions that are the most important. And there you have an action card. Or not an action card, but you do have a card that would indicate some type of action. This is the Knight of Swords. 2 knights in one little spread means good friends, good friends. So that's nice. Thinking about how to offer their loyalty, basically. So this Knight of Swords here is all about stress and communication and action. Okay, they come in very, very quickly, and they just fucking say it. They say everything. Oh, here you go, and then they kind of, that's it, right? But it does have an element of stress, so they're definitely stressed about how to do this, how to come forward, and also stressed in their daily life with this, and it also would indicate that when they do come forward, very much about doing it very, very quickly, and in the most brash and stupid way possible, okay? Because they might not have a way of finessing it a little bit, but it does, they are thinking, this is a mental energy right now. The Divine Masculines are definitely trying to think about a way to move forward with this, okay? And it's stressing them out. And when they do come in, it's going to be very quick, okay? Very unexpected. So let's find out about the Divine Feminines and their headspace. So how are the Divine Feminines thinking about this group of masculines? How about this relationship? What are they thinking about? What's their headspace like, Spirit? Hope you guys had a good weekend. Not that you can tell me, but I hope it was good. Alright, so you guys might be thinking about communication yourself. 8 of Wands. This is a communication card, okay? Explosive energy. You might be having some feelings and passion that have been bottled up, and you guys are really wanting to just let it go. Let it loose, right? Can't believe I just said let it loose. Jesus, sound like somebody's granddad. Okay, well, anyway, 8 of Wands is communication card, so having it underneath the Knight of Pentacles is like you're thinking about communication from your partner, thinking about will they ever communicate, or even possibly thinking about if you should communicate. Ultimately, you always have, at the end of the day, follow your heart, though it is my opinion that you guys should probably wait. But always do what you feel is best, but whatever the case may be, you guys are definitely thinking about communication, whether it is from them or not. But look, yeah, I think you guys are trying to manifest communication here, because you do have the Magician. So this is about manifesting your desires, having it underneath the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like you guys are, ultimately, most of you guys are trying to figure out a way to manifest communication, because I think a lot of you guys would prefer if they were the ones that reached out, right? I'm pretty sure I'm safe to say. So ultimately, you guys are trying to manifest communication, manifest an offer, manifest something real, right? So you're thinking about how to manifest this communication from them, possibly. Thinking about if it will ever manifest, if it will ever come true. Okay, what else is the Divine Feminine's thinking? Yeah, so this is interesting. So you do have the, I don't really know which order these came out. I'm going to go ahead and, I feel like I'm going to read it this way. This makes more sense. Okay, I'm just going to go with the way that I saw the card first. This is the Tower card, right? Having it underneath the 6 of Cups would, to me, indicate, thinking-wise, that there's going to be something unexpected going on. Because after that, you have the 6 of Swords, which is about moving on to a better place mentally and moving away from the pain. 6 of Swords is about truly making that decision to heal. Okay? So I feel like energetically over this next week, you guys might be trying to manifest communication, thinking about communication. That might be how you just in this moment now. But ultimately, there is going to be this Tower moment where you guys might understand, and remember, because you did have the epiphany with the Ace of Swords, right? For the Divine Feminine energy. So there is going to be something that you guys realize about the relationship, about the relationship with your twin, okay? And that's ultimately going to leave you guys moving on mentally to a better place. That doesn't mean you move on like you have a moment and you just realize, oh, I hate them. That's not how that works. It's more about you have this something comes crumbling down in your mental state, and because it's underneath the 6 of Cups, which is about somebody coming back, right? Ultimately, if you were in some public place and you happened to just run into your twin flame, that would be a Tower moment. Do you know what I mean? that would cause your world to fall apart. Okay, it doesn't matter what had happened between you guys. If you guys both unexpectedly saw each other, you both would have the same reaction, and it would both throw you off guard completely, right? And that would be a tower moment. Okay, it would be a tower moment for you whether or not they planned it or not, because you wouldn't be expecting it, right? Tower is about unexpected. So having it in the mental space is definitely you guys thinking about communication and then possibly realizing something about communication, about your trying to manifest communication, and you have an epiphany, and whatever happens really leads you to a place where you're actually able to move on. Because look, again, the Knight of Swords is about that stress and truth, right? They're thinking about this offer, thinking about how to change things. And you guys have your own little epiphany. You guys are thinking about, will they ever actually come forward? And then you have some type of moment changes, and then they have the Knight of Swords, which is about coming in very, very quickly. And then you guys have the Six of Swords, which is about moving on to a better place mentally, getting away from pain. Okay? So I get this heavy energy, honestly, from these type of mirroring energies that whatever's happening this week is pretty interesting for both parties, because I feel like Divine Feminines might be making some of their own choices now, and this was again indicated from their energy. Okay, I think a lot of Divine Feminines might be making an important choice this week. They might be realizing something about their relationship and about their divine other, and ultimately it's going to lead you guys to move away from all the bullshit. Now this could be so many things, it's impossible to really tell, right? But ultimately, whatever happens this week, you guys are going to be in a better place mentally. If they communicate, you guys, that might be a tower moment. But whatever you guys are thinking about the connection, you're going to have an epiphany or some moment. I mean, having the Ace of Swords is an epiphany, okay? A new way of thinking, perspective. And then remember, after that, I believe I got the Four of Cups, which is about figuring out what it is that you want. Okay? And having the Six of Swords, it really is that type of energy as well. Six of Swords is really moving away from something. And the Tower moment is unexpected. Epiphany is on itself, okay? So definitely Divine Feminine is a very, very important week for you guys. A lot of good stuff, but also unexpected stuff is going to be happening this week, okay? I'm pretty nervous myself. I'm starting school this week. So much shit can happen there, right? I have a lot of stuff that I need to do over this next month. I hope I don't die. So, it would be really suck. It would really suck to be doing all this work and then to get hit by a fucking bus. That would really put a damper in my mood. Yeah. Okay, well, moving on. Let's go to the heart space for the Divine Masculine. Alright? So, how are they feeling about this relationship? How is the Divine Masculine feeling about their Divine Other? Yeah, you have the Star cards. So they have hope. They have belief in you guys. They might be looking to the stars at night, looking up, wondering what the fuck is going on. How is this even real? That type of thing. Basically, it's hope about the relationship. Again, these two dragons are intertwined at the tail there, yin yang. It's really about, inside of their heart, regardless of what's happened in their life, they do have this belief about you guys. They do have this hope and faith for this relationship, even if they don't really understand it. There's something inside their heart that never lets them go, right? And that's that unconditional love. So what else can you tell me about how else they're feeling right now about this connection, about their Divine Other? Yeah, so you have the Six of Wands, okay? And that's about victory and success. So they're feeling that you're a victory, that you are the success, that you are the objective, the goal, the person they're going to marry, okay? Inside of their heart, they do feel that way. They do feel that you are success, their success. Okay, regardless of what's happened in the past, they do feel that way. And then you have the Nine of Wands, which is about defending yourself, okay? They might feel like they have to defend themselves to others, defend themselves, of course, within their own physical body, within their own mental space and heart space, really having to, they're kind of at war. I do get this feeling that Divine Masculines, though they feel about you so heavily and so much emotion, it's like they have to defend themselves against this love, because it's almost as if allowing themselves to feel it would, it's like they can't believe that they deserve this much love. Do you understand? And so they defend themselves against it within themselves, because they don't believe that it's true, because everything in their life has told them that that's not how love looks like. Okay, and it's a lot harder for them to accept. Whereas Divine Feminines often, it's hard for you guys to accept it as well, of course, but we're just aware of it, and so we kind of work through it. And even though we lag sometimes, like everybody, nobody's perfect, we are at least very aware of what's going on. Divine masculines just lack the awareness, okay? And that's why at some point you do have to just understand they're just not on your level, and you have to kind of just be like, let them go, because it's just going to cause you so much pain, right? You do have the King of Swords, so again, in their heart space, this would indicate King of Swords is very confident, very much so. Not afraid to get what he wants, okay? Very clearly thinking. So if they were, let's say, trapped inside their head before, they won't be after that, okay? It's like it's an intellectual, it's like relying on logic and stuff, right? But it would also indicate that the focus is more on the mind than the heart, but ultimately what it means is taking initiative, okay? Taking charge. So I feel like they are going to take charge of their own feelings for you. Okay, and ending that off, I feel like the way that they think about you is, it's just, because again, you had that stagnant energy up top, right? So I think eventually over this week, it's going to come to a point where enough is enough. Do you know what I mean? They're really going to start feeling that way, where they're going to start understanding that they have to do something, because Divine Feminines, it's not up to Divine Feminines anymore. It's up to the Divine Masculine to actually truly do something and change things. Okay? I don't know about you guys, but I've tried so many things. It doesn't work, doesn't matter, it never will, okay? Because every time I've tried, it's failed, and you guys might have experienced the same thing, and even if they have communicated to you, it's waning, iffy, and then, it's gone, like a fucking mayfly. It's there one day, and it's dead in 24 hours. It's not real, right? So I think they're going to get to this point where they realize they have to take charge. And I really didn't want this video to be this long, so I hope you guys don't mind that. I used to complain about long twin flame videos, and now I'm doing long twin flame videos. But hopefully my charming personality makes up for it, which I doubt that it does. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's do the heart space for the Divine Feminine. So how is the heart space for the Divine Feminines? How are they feeling about this connection? It's the Queen of Pentacles, so this would indicate you guys might be feeling a little bit more independent from the connection lately. I definitely feel that myself. Maybe more focused on the 3D than the emotions. So, but ultimately it would be about that commitment, having it exist in reality, having it exist in your physical reality, where you can see it, right? So you guys are feeling that, you're feeling a little bit independent. It also could indicate that you're just on your own. So you feel like separated, right? And you have another Pentacle card here, which is the Page of Pentacles, which is about, talent, money shining, money news, that type of thing, talent shining, money shining, fuck that up. It's the other way around. But having it in your heart space would indicate it's an offer, kind of. The page of anything is kind of an offer, but slower a little bit. It would just indicate that you guys right now, I feel about this relationship, are looking at it in the 3D right now. A lot of you guys might be feeling that it's I just feel like you guys a lot of Divine Feminines right now are very much focused on the material realm right now, because they might have been focused so much on the spiritual before, and it didn't really produce the results that they needed, because they might have been a little bit unbalanced. So you guys are really focusing, like your heart right now might be just on the separation of you guys in the 3D, and so you guys are looking for ways to improve your own prosperity, okay? And so your heart is just focused on more of what you can have than anything else, right? And inside, and then you have the Two of Swords. So again, that's about having the blindfolds on. Remember, they had the Ace of Swords and the Tower moment. So for Divine Feminines, I feel like, again, there is some type of truth that is going to be revealed to you. And it's funny because I did this literally, like, the last reading I did was the Divine Masculine's energy had the Two of Swords. So, it just indicates that the energies flip-flop, alright, guys? Because you guys are twin flames, oftentimes you do get some of the same type of energy will come to you, and it will be your own type of karma that you're having to deal with, right? Because Divine Masculines often have the Two of Swords because they don't understand the connection, right? Whereas the Divine Feminines do understand the connection, it's just they're also missing information about it. Okay? And how to see it clearly from a soul perspective. And so I do, again, having this after this really puts me into a type of way of thinking that a lot of divine feminines might be a little bit more focused right now on the 3D, on what it looks like in the 3D. And that's where the problem is for a lot of divine feminines, okay? Myself included, of course. It's really hard to understand that the 5D exists and then at the same time try to transition into that role where you have to think about it like that. Because in the 3D, all you get is the separation, right? But technically, it's an illusion. And so whatever's going to be happening to you guys, I feel like the blindfolds, again, are going to be coming off. But I also feel like having this, when you feel about the connection, you possibly just feel that your divine masculine is also blindfolded. I just feel like you guys aren't seeing something clearly. And look at this. The next card that came out was the moon, guys. And that's about illusions and literally not seeing things clearly because it's fucking nighttime. So, obviously, you would not get the same level of detail or light that you would get from the sun, okay? So, you guys definitely feel like there's something that isn't right in the relationship, something you're not understanding. And it's just like, what is it about this twin flame relationship that I don't get? How do I love somebody so much and yet at the same time they cannot give me the commitment that I need? There's this separation, there's all this pain, they can't communicate, they're in a relationship with somebody else. How am I supposed to accept this love, this unconditional love, accept this relationship, and yet at the same time remove and detach myself from it? Because that is the most healthy thing to do, and that it is not healthy to be suffering and to be stuck in a negative mind state about this relationship. And ultimately you could have a day or two of being very, very positive and then be thrust back into a negative mental space, all because there isn't that deep penetrating level of understanding and wisdom, right? And that is ultimately where divine feminines find themselves in their heart space about this connection, right? So it's very much you guys are, there's just something you guys aren't understanding as divine feminines. And you will. Because again, the energy, I mean, fucking Ace of Swords in your energy and then the Tower in your mind. So you guys are going to be realizing something. And again, this week is going to be very, very important for divine feminines, okay? Because new cycles are beginning for a lot of you. And so the universe is just, it's just time. You know what I mean? It's just time for you guys to get the truth. And that's going to be coming in. I'm going to do an outcome anyway. But I imagine the outcome will have some element of truth to it. I'd be very surprised if it didn't. So let's get an outcome here. So what is the outcome of this divine couple, dear spirit? Yeah. This is the King of Wands. King of Wands, very passionate energy. But it would be creative, entrepreneurial, a worldly type of energy. Somebody who knows what they want, goes after what they want, passionate, very successful in his creative projects, okay? This is a great time for you guys for partnerships, okay? So the outcome would be very successful energy between you guys, okay? A lot of a passion, but it's really mostly going to be this, whatever the outcome is, it's going to be good, right? It's going to put you guys in a more confident position, okay? A position where you guys feel like it's just a better type of relationship, one where your projects thrive rather than whisked away. So what else is the outcome of this? What else is the outcome of this union, dear spirit? What is the outcome of this twin flame union? Okay, what's going on this week? So this is really, again, looking at this week, right? The outcome of this, so what's going to be happening for you guys this week? Ultimately, the union's always going to happen, but this is for this week, by the way. Just want to remind you guys. So this is a strength card, right? So again, this week, both of you are going to be feeling stronger, feeling like you can actually temper parts of yourself in the relationship. Okay, you can see this woman here not wearing any clothes. I don't know why. Again, the artist, very obsessed with the dragons and sex. So she is just calming this dragon, all right? Dragon obviously being a fierce beast. She is, massaging its head with some oils from Bed Bath & Beyond, just basically taking a break. And the strength card is very much about using grace and calm presence to deal with the things in your life, because true strength comes from a place of inner calm, right? It's not about bench pressing 200 pounds and then saying that you're the best. It's about doing things with grace and calm, knowing that you don't need anything else to complete your own strength. It's coming from within, right? Strength is something that comes from within. It's true strength, okay? So during this next week here, the energy for this couple is to become more aware of oneself, more stronger internally, transmuting the pain and using it to move forward. Okay, becoming your own hero, more passion, more energy, creative projects, succeeding. What else is the outcome for this divine couple? Okay, you have the Devil card. It could be strength about getting over the devil, energy about codependencies, okay? Having it underneath the Two of Swords. Not that they're really related, but also would indicate you guys might be getting over some codependencies this week, whatever is really remaining. Also, passionate, sexual type of energy. You guys might be getting really horny this week. And I say that with no puns or jokes intended. Just literally, you guys might be actually getting horny. So that might be a thing. Okay, keep that in mind. You guys might be feeling them sexually a little bit more in the 5D, right? The tantric, whatever. I don't know how it's pronounced. You guys might be feeling that a little bit more, the sexual connection in the 5D. So keep that in mind. What else is the outcome for this divine couple? What else is the outcome for this divine couple? So then you have the Eight of Cups, which is about moving on to calmer waters, right? So I can already tell you that this would indicate that whatever pain and emotional setbacks you guys have experienced, both of you are going to be moving away from that. The relationship is going to be headed towards somewhere where it's not so stormy, right? And I mentioned before that divine feminines feel like they're in a storm at this time. So whatever's going to happen with this outcome, this week you guys are both heading away from the past, basically heading towards new horizons, okay? And then after that we have the Two of Wands, which is about planning and adventure. So it's like it's moving away from things that no longer serve. Could even be that devil energy, that codependency, and then really getting to a place where you guys are planning more, right? This is this dragon's offering, the orb, whatever the fuck that is, to the connection. Could be divine masculine with that offer, the gift, but you guys are moving towards a better place where you guys are actually more in sync with each other. Two of Wands is a right union, two, right? 1, 2. So what else can you tell me about this union? Your final card, Dear Spirit. Yeah, and then you have, I just said gift, right? This is the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is about gifts, inheritance, a gift of money, something in the 3D, but this guy is offering like something, and then you have the Six of Pentacles, which is a gift, right? So I do feel like they are going to be offering you something in this couple, okay, this union. So I do feel like the outcome very much is about renewed passion, creative projects, having more strength as a couple, becoming stronger, because separation does actually make you guys stronger, because it serves to prove that nothing can stand in your way, okay? And the only way to test something like that is to be separate, okay? And then you have the Devil card, okay, so sexual stuff going on this week. Ultimately codependencies, but having the Eight of Cups indicates you guys will be moving away from any codependencies and really coming together as a union. And there's going to be a gift. There's going to be something that the universe gives you guys, and I do feel like a lot of divine masculines are actually going to be offering you guys a gift to the divine feminines, okay? Offering you something in the very near future, because this is the week, right? This is over the week, so I mean, of course, it doesn't mean it's going to happen this week, but energetically, this is what it's showing, okay? So I hope that was all very helpful, because if it wasn't, then I wasted 55 minutes, or whatever amount of time. Almost 55. Alright, so that is that, guys. Putting my all the information, if you guys want a book reading, is going to be in my description box, so if you guys want that. And again, I hope this reading really did resonate, guys, and thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to go take a nap, I think. Sounds like a good idea, actually. Go take a nap. Yeah, I'll do that. Alright, guys. Talk to you later. Have a good week. Alright.